How did Bill Gates start his business? What was Bill Gates' first idea? What motivated Bill Gates to start his business? How old was Bill Gates when he started his business? In the vast landscape of technological innovation, one name stands out among the rest: Bill Gates. But how did a young computer whiz from Seattle go on to become the titan of tech we know today? Let's delve into the remarkable journey of how Bill Gates started his business. Our story begins in the suburbs of Seattle in the 1970s. A young boy of 15 years, Bill Gates, fueled by a passion for computers and a relentless drive for innovation, embarked on a journey that would change the world forever. Imagine a time when computers were as big as rooms, and only a handful of people knew how to talk to them. Now, picture a young Bill Gates, not even out of his teens, peering at these hulking machines, with a glint in his eye. This is where the story of Microsoft begins. Fresh out of high school, Bill Gates found himself at Harvard University, but his heart was with the emerging world of computers. He would spend countless hours in the computer lab, not because he had to, but because he couldn't stay away. It was like a love affair with technology. Then, one fateful day in 1975, Gates, along with his childhood buddy, Paul Allen, decided to take the leap. In a dusty garage in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they founded Microsoft. With nothing but a dream and a whole lot of determination, they set out to change the world. Their first big break came when they landed a deal to provide software for a little company called IBM. It was a David and Goliath moment, with two young upstarts taking on the giants of the computing industry. But Gates and Allen weren't intimidated. They knew they had something special. From there, it was a roller coaster ride of late nights, coding marathons, and breakthroughs that would shape the future of computing. Windows, Office, Xbox, the hits just kept coming. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. They faced fierce competition, legal battles, and moments of doubt. Yet, through it all, Gates never lost sight of his vision: a computer on every desk and in every home. What motivated Bill Gates to start Microsoft is, he was inspired by the January cover of Popular Electronics magazine.
Walking through Harvard Square one time and saw this Popular Electronics magazine, and it was kind of, in a way, good news, bad news. Here was someone making a computer around this chip in exactly the way that Paul had talked to me, and we thought about what kind of software could be done for it, and it was happening without us. And for all we knew, maybe they had some software people, they were just going to go charge off and do it.
How did he build Microsoft? Building Microsoft was like constructing a skyscraper from the ground up. It required a solid foundation, meticulous planning, and unwavering determination. Bill Gates, along with his friend Paul Allen, laid the groundwork for Microsoft in 1975, armed with little more than a vision and a burning desire to revolutionize the world of computing. Their first big move was creating software for the Altair 8800, one of the earliest personal computers.
There was really nothing you could do with it. I mean, there's no teletype hookup in the early days. There's no software for it. All you could do is use these switches, actually use them here, and key things into this front panel, and maybe do a little program that does things in the lights. Or actually, a guy named Steve Dompier discovered that because this bus is unterminated.
This was their foot in the door of the nascent computer industry. From there, they hustled hard, securing contracts and partnerships that propelled Microsoft forward. But it wasn't just about writing code and making deals. Gates understood the importance of building a talented team and fostering a culture of innovation. He surrounded himself with brilliant minds who shared his passion for technology and were willing to push the boundaries of what was possible. As Microsoft grew, so did its influence. Gates and his team developed groundbreaking products like MS-DOS and Windows, which would become ubiquitous in offices and homes around the world. They weren't just creating software, they were shaping the future of computing. Challenges. Of course, there were challenges along the way. Rival companies tried to outmaneuver Microsoft, and there were moments when it seemed like the dream might crumble. But Gates was undeterred. He doubled down on his vision, leading Microsoft through adversity, and emerging stronger on the other side. By the 1990s, Microsoft had become a juggernaut, dominating the software industry, and solidifying Gates' status as a tech titan. But he didn't rest on his laurels. Instead, he continued to push the boundaries of innovation, launching new products, and expanding into new markets. Today, Microsoft is a household name, and Bill Gates is synonymous with success. But perhaps the most remarkable thing about his journey is that it started with a young boy with a dream. Through hard work, perseverance, and a relentless drive to change the world. Bill Gates is in the list of top 10 richest person in the world, so there might be the question in your mind, what makes Bill Gates come in the list? So the answer to this question is, Bill Gates has the shares in 23 stocks other than Microsoft. Bill Gates has the shares of altogether 24 stocks. The percentage of the shares that Bill Gates own in all 24 stocks is: in Microsoft MSFT, he has 34.4% of shares whose market capitalization is $3.1 trillion. In Berkshire Hathaway BRK, he has 17.5% of shares whose market capitalization is $790 billion. In Canadian National Railway, he has 15.5% of shares. Waste Management, he has 15.4% of shares. Caterpillar, he has portfolio of 5.1%. Deere & Company, his portfolio is of 3.0%. Ecolab, his portfolio is of 2.5%. Coca-Cola FEMSA AB, his portfolio is of 1.3%. Walmart Incorporated, his portfolio is of 1.1%. FedEx, his portfolio is of 0.2%. Waste Connections, his portfolio is of 0.8% whose market capitalization is $43.4 billion. Schrödinger Incorporated, his portfolio is of 0.4% whose market capitalization is $1.87 billion. Crown Castle International, his portfolio is of 0.3%. Coupang Incorporated, his portfolio is of 0.3%. Madison Square Garden Spots Corp., his portfolio is of 0.3%. United Parcel Service, his portfolio is of 0.2%. Anheuser-Busch InBev SANV, his portfolio is of 0.2%. Danaher Corporation, his portfolio is of 0.2%. Kraft Heinz, his portfolio is of 0.2%. Hormel Foods, his portfolio is of 0.1%. Vroom Incorporated, his portfolio is of 0.1%. Carvana Company, his portfolio is of 0.1%. On Holding AG, his portfolio is of 0.04%. Veralto Corporation, his portfolio is of 0.02%. Summing up, these are the income sources of Bill Gates, which make him come in the list of top 10 richest person. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the extraordinary life of Bill Gates. Remember, no dream is too big, and no challenge is too great. Together, we can change the world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories of entrepreneurship and innovation.